Inheritance of one gene. To understand this, let us take example of a hybridized set of experiment in which garden peas having contrasting traits, that is tall and dwarf, are crossed. Mendel carried out this experiment. He crossed two plants, one is having tall trait, other is dwarf, and then he collected the seeds. When these seeds, the F1 hybrid generation was again generated, it was found that progeny is all tall. That is, no plant was found to be dwarf. What he did? He crossed tall with dwarf, collected the seeds. These seeds were again cultivated, and it was found, this was F1 hybrid generation. When this was cultivated, it was found that all the progeny is tall. Dwarf character is not been shown at F1 stage. He did self-pollination of this F1 stage. But when F2 was done, it was found that 1/4 of the progeny is dwarf and 3/4 is tall. That is, a ratio of 3:1 is shown. 3 are tall and 1 is dwarf. Now, but it was very much observed that there was no blending, no mixture. That is, either a plant is tall or dwarf. No plant of medium height in between tall or dwarf is visible. So, let us understand it again. Garden peas, tall and dwarf were crossed, seeds were collected, self-pollination was done. It was found that at F1 all the progeny is tall, but at F2 it came out to be 3:1 ratio. 1/4 was dwarf, 3/4 was tall. The character which was not shown in F1 is now shown in F2 generation. That is dwarf. The trait of the character or trait of the second plant is also visible here, but there is no blending. That is, either the plant is tall or dwarf, is not of medium height. So hence it is believed that from parents there is something which is passed on to offspring unchanged, and Mendel inferred that this unchanged thing is known as factors. Factors, now we call these factors as genes. Genes are what? The unit of inheritance, that is, which contains the genetic material or the basis of inheritance or the matter which is passed on from parents to offspring and is responsible for inheritance. Now, we call them as genes. What is genes? Genes is nothing but a matter which contains information of the expression of a particular trait. That is, in genes, information is stored that which particular character or trait is to be expressed. So this is inheritance of one gene, in which we saw the cross of tall and dwarf peas. Seeds were taken, F1 was self-pollinated, and we found that in F1 progeny, after self-pollination, all tall plants were observed, but in case of F2, 3:1 ratio was occurred. That is, the dwarf trait which was not expressed in F1 is now expressed in F2, but at both stages, F1 and F2, there was no blending, and hence Mendel inferred that there is some information or something which is passed on from parents to offsprings unchanged, and he called these as factors, which are nowadays known as genes, which store the information of the expression of a particular trait or character.